So I think where we should start would be with somebody filling in the two people who were not here the majority of the time for the last couple of these missions on what happened.
It was the Smithsonian smash and grab. Let's go.
Was it just the Smithsonian, or was there something else?
No, we just did the Smithsonian.
Okay.
This one. So, but we have identified the bracelets from New Mexico. The box had 5 bracelets in it.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
And there is one bracelet for each of us. The blue bracelet does a magical shielding. The white bracelet does lightning bolt. Turquoise does a water blast, and Jade creates a barrier of an earthly barrier. And the earth one allows you to do an earth grab, which is what it sounds like. You can use it and grab somebody from underneath
Keep going.
with the ground. And those are the 5 bracelets.
I took the one.
Yeah. I don't care what I've got, so you guys can. I mean, he's chose his. What did you take, Isabella?
Lightning and fire and death.
Oh, the lightning bolt one.
Oh, damn. So Death did get lucky.
So there's the one that does magical shielding. There's one that does a blast of water that does damage to people, and then one that creates like a barrier out of trees and earth and stuff like that.
Interesting.
I'll take whatever anybody doesn't want.
Doesn't matter to me either. Let's see. And then after we went over all of that, we took the telephone to the Smithsonian because it was the quickest way to get to the Smithsonian. And we went at night and found and liberated the second box of Tiamat.
Ooh.
And they have daggers in them. We haven't done anything with the daggers yet, but we did really good job of sneaking in and getting to where they were, but getting out we fucked up. We was
Sounds
not
exactly
quiet.
How my district manager thing went.
We was not quiet. We was not sneaky.
I mean,
you have to
quiet.
You have to use your light powers to get out.
Yes. Yep, I scared the living fuck out of a couple guards because I'm the scariest of us.
And
Nobody was hurt though.
Okay.
Nobody died.
Only people's feelings.
Well, that one guard
Right.
may have shit himself. I don't know.
Maybe.
He might have had the unfortunate happenstance to have had White Castle for dinner before going into work.
Right.
When you think it's just gonna be okay.
Yeah,
We've all been there.
it was not. It was not okay. That was not a wise decision to make before going in. Not at all.
Wise had nothing to do about it as soon as White Castle was involved.
So yeah, Those daggers. You did do the whole I'm going to identify them bit before we ended, and I was like, I got to come up with what those daggers do, and I do have that.
Cool.
I just got to grab the book that has it. And I believe it's this one. These are actually pretty cool. They're all somewhat similar.
I want the one that's closest to the subtle knife.
No, you cannot sever your soul.
Yes, I can.
Was it Between the Shadows? Nope. Nightlands? It's one of these 3 books. Had it dog-eared, but then I moved everything around the house. And I lost things. Oh, there we go. Page 20. Like, I knew it was one of those 3 books. Okay. So, here we go. All 3 of these things are pretty similar. They are all going to be lesser artifacts. That's just a fun designation. All right. One is going to have they all give you a suit of artifact armor whenever you put them on, which gives you an extra 50 SDC. So you activate this weapon and a suit of armor, however you want it to look, appears around you. Totally up to flavor.
That's pretty dope, actually.
And it also gives you a +2 to save versus possession and horror factor. And a +1 to save versus magic. And you know what?
So let me get this straight. So that one in particular gives you a random suit of armor that you have a choice to make what it looks like.
Yeah. It's magic in nature, so it's like glowing semi-transparent or shadowy, or it's some manifestation of your will becoming armor.
That's straight up a common rider suit.
Yeah.
Similar to Power Rangers.
Yes, very similar to Power Rangers.
That's pretty cool.
They can also morph into any handheld weapon type that you want. The dagger is its base form, so you can use it as a dagger, or you could change it into any handheld weapon. So it could be a sword, it could be a polearm, it could be a staff, or it could be a mace.
A specific sword?
No. Regardless of the form, it takes on whatever form you want, and it does the damage of that. So you're gonna have to look in the back of that Nightbane book I gave everybody for the different damages. But a baseline damage, just put 2d6 if you just want to be like, I don't care. 2d6 is the default you can run with. And that is added to your supernatural strength as well.
Wow.
I just want to find it and see. I want Sephiroth's sword.
It's a Nodachi. Well, that Sephiroth's sword is a very exaggerated Nodachi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what? because there was a lot of shenanigans with luck not working really well last week, 2 weeks ago. How about this? I will give an over under. You have to pick over or under before you roll the D100.
Okay.
If you succeed on this luck, it's 0 to 50, 51 to 100. If you succeed on your luck call, I'll give it an extra power. So one person rolls the dice for the whole group. No
It's
pressure.
not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
If you want it to be a 3, tell me to roll a
Annabelle.
low.
Actually, I let Tom do it.
No, we are not.
Annabella can do it.
She doesn't want to.
No,
I'll
listen,
do
it was
She didn't have
worse.
a choice.
I was the worst one out of all of them. No.
No, you
You
weren't.
said to 100, right?
No, you weren't.
That was Tom.
I failed so much. That's
Yeah,
the
you-
reason why we
you-
didn't. That's the reason why we got caught in 4 different rooms. Because
Okay,
you're
so
like,
you said
hey, let him go.
D100.
D100.
Yep.
But you call it first. Do you?
All right.
You are shooting for high or low?
I'm shooting for low.
Okay. Oh
No,
damn!
you couldn't have done any better than that.
Nope.
As low as you can go.
Couldn't do any better than that. Okay. So
Holy shit. Good shit.
Good job, Nate.
Unfortunately, I can't see it from my side, so I'm gonna just hope that wasn't exaggerated.
No,
Good
no,
job, Nate.
You rolled a 1.
Bullshit.
It's because of that new girlfriend.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Life only started making sense since then. Actually, no, it started making sense when I met Fro.
Oh, that's so
Back
sweet.
that up. Back that
all
up.
right,
a little
heads for. I'm gonna say this here.
No,
Heads
back
for
up.
E. Heads
No,
for E.
Seamus. No.
Tails for S. Heads
Okay.
for E. Tails for S.
Tails.
Well, no. It's you're gonna get one or the other. So 1 will be heads, 2 will be tails. Tails. Okay, so that's S. Supernatural damage. Each of your weapons will also do double. Will do normal damage to humans and other mortals, but double damage to all supernatural creatures, including vampires, Nightbane, and Night Lords.
Ooh.
And that will be all your treasures. All the blades are identical, but that's what they do. So it's the wielder that manifests them in different ways.
Where do we land on the rings?
The bracelets.
Bracelets, yeah. Who has what? Or just tell me which one I have.
Cannabella has the lightning bolt ring, the white one.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you have? Death,
Hammer grab.
the earth grab.
Yeah.
So that leaves the magical shielding one up, the water blast one up, and the earthly barrier one up. Because it doesn't matter to me what I get.
Good without being Squirtle. So what's that's Earth Grab or Earth Shield?
No, magical shielding or earth
Or Magical
Barrier.
Shield? Gotcha.
I think for you being a sniper, a magical shield would be really cool.
Magical Shield it is.
Nice.
All right.
I'll take the Squirtle.
Okay.
They're heading into town to help. But we gotta go too. No, we got our access road here on the left, coming up.
All right.
I think we should follow. Whose side are you on? You want to go hang out with your little girlfriend? Go. But we got the team waiting for us, and we got the storm of a city.
So right now we only have one place left to go, and that is Rutgers
Rutgers.
Rutgers.
to get the Ishtar artifacts.
Ooh.
Good choice.
Okay. So, you are all back at the nightclub. You finished off getting all these magical items identified. You've sussed out what they could do. You've distributed them amongst yourselves. You're fairly confident you know how to work them. They seem just to respond to your thoughts. No special words, no gestures, just think and they do. Death, being the martial arts instructor that he was holding holding the dagger that he had picked up, and it just rapidly shifted between all these different weapons in his hand, just while holding it. 1 second it's a dagger, then a katana, then a bow staff, a pair of nunchuck, a sai, every type of non-projectile weapon that he could think of. This thing morphed back to. Just being a little startled because this is different, and it's kind of hard to maintain a grip and balance with something was shifting so rapidly. He ended up dropping it, and when that happened, it fell back down as the dagger from the box. And you all got a pretty good idea of what the things were capable of at that point. The bracelets, that was all from the premonitions that Daniel had while examining them. You were fairly confident from seeing how they had been used in the past and how they could possibly be used in the future as to what they can do. You have one box left. It's supposedly at Rutgers, in the possession of a group of seekers.
That's right.
Which is a cabal of human mages who know a little bit about the Nightlands. As far as humans go, at least that's what the different Nightbanes that you've met so far tonight have told you. They know a little bit about the Night Lords and the Nightlands, but most to them it's still very incomplete as far as the picture goes.
Gotcha. Okay.
The way you'd been doing your movement had been through the phone booth outside.
Right.
The payphone.
Since we cut off the line to the inside the bar.
Yeah, that was because we were being chased by that one guy Death was holding the head of, right?
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you
So-
are now free to go.
What was the head nocturne that we were talking to?
What
was
about
his name?
Oh God, I can't remember. That makes me a horrible game master.
Oh, it's fine.
Let's go with something very melodramatic. Byron.
Okay.
There was a lot of them.
They're at a goth club. I mean, you got to have something with a little bit of melodrama there. And he fancied himself a little bit of Byron.
So he told us about the Seekers at Rutgers, right?
Yeah, he told you that, there's a couple of them there, probably no more than 3 or 4 of them. And while they know they have something magical in that box, they probably don't have any idea of, exactly what it is and what its true purpose is, or even how to use it.
Does he happen to have a number for them, or know what the address is there, or someplace close to them that we could go to and search for them?
So he doesn't have a direct number to them. He explains, they're not really people that he would hang out with. These are older dudes. Like, these guys are in their 60s. Like, these are old men. Maybe they have a research assistant with them that's, there. Typically, they like to hang out in one of the more esoteric areas of Rutgers in the library. They you're gonna laugh at this. They're the professors of folklore and mythology.
Mm.
So they're probably in that wing somewhere. And with everything going on as it is today, you can imagine they're probably got their hands full, being in contact with other chapters of the Seekers, and just with what could possibly be going on at Rutgers as a just in and of itself.
Gotcha. Interesting. All right.
Well, I mean, at least we know what they teach, so we could probably find their offices. So that's a big help. I guess we're going to utilize the same way we found the number for the Smithsonian.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out and dial information.
Operator.
Hi, yes. I am looking for the number for Rutgers University.
Rutgers University. Did you
Yes.
have a
Department of
Yeah.
Humanities English department, please?
English department?
Yep.
Okay, 1 second, please hold. And you hear typing in the back. Okay, that is going to be 908 732 4282.
I wrote the number down as they did it. So I'm going to say thank you for the information. Have a good day, and hang up.
All right.
And then I'm going to lift up the phone again, pop a quarter in, or whatever how much it costs to dial it, because
Let's go with a quarter.
okay. Because it's sort of, is it in the same city as we are?
Rutgers?
Yeah.
No, you're in Newark.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll just pop in a quarter, and dial the phone number and zap on through.
Person 1 through. You see Daniel turn into just this bolt of lightning and electricity and shoot into the receiver where his ear had been sitting. Phone drops and just kind of dangles there, swinging from the phone booth. Next person picks it up. Zap through. Till all of you pick the phone and make your way through. The phone's hanging off the hook outside of the nightclub now. Hopefully somebody hangs that up, or you might get stuck where you are.
It's a thought.
Hindsight's 2020.
It's true.
Did you tell somebody to do that? We'll see at the end of this.
Okay.
There's always a luck roll that you might have said that in passing, or somebody might have just been like, "How are they going to get back if we don't?" Yeah, we'll see at the end of this. We'll do another luck roll. But you pop out of the phone receiver and you're standing in this. It's late. It's nighttime now, so it's 10 o'clock at night. You're nearing the end of your first 24 hours as Nightbane. And you pop out, you're in the front office of the English department. And it's just like you would expect. It's a shut down office. There's desks, little phones on them. Every desk has its own phone. There's a fax machine, one of those big copiers. It's like, probably good 4.5, almost 5 feet tall. Monstrosity of paper, and always gets a jam. PC load letter. What the fuck does that even mean?
Office space.
But yeah, it looks like a standard office. The lights are off, blinds are drawn. You have no thought that there might be security in here. I mean, it's just where people go to file paperwork for the English department. There's nothing really here to steal. There's student records, a little bit of grading stuff, but I mean, you know, this place probably doesn't have any state of the art security running in it. You feel pretty safe.
Okay.
Remind me to shift into my Morphus and leave them a centaur ass on the zero before we go.
Which begs the question: the Morphus anus, is it crystallized or not?
I would assume no.
Yeah, because if his nipples aren't crystallized, doubt it. If his lips aren't crystallized, doubt it.
Right.
I was gonna say, would it show because the light would it illuminate the entire room?
Only if it got hit with
No.
light. His anus
Right.
could be a disco ball of death or not.
I would assume that my centaur ass would be big enough to cover the entire.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things that just does not let light in, so it's just a black piece of
Right.
paper.
Right.
But
No, that was kind of a waste. That was a waste of a lot of ink.
I had to see. Okay, so let's look and see. Outside, most schools have like outside of the door that goes into their prospective, like floors, like you, gives a listing of teachers and what they teach.
okay.
So I want to see who is teaching, the names of the people who are teaching these classes that these seekers teach here.
Okay. So you start scrolling through the directory of teacher and rooms because this is the God. I don't even know what that building's called anymore. I can't remember what that one part of Rutgers is. I used to party there all the time. It's probably why I don't remember the name of it. We'll call it the Walden building because Walden Books. Walden. Yeah, that works well. That's a good way to tie it together. The Walden building, you get the directory of teachers there and which classroom is theirs. And you see that a Professor Mancini is the lead for folklore and mythology. And then there's a Professor Faulkner for antiquities and Roman like Mesopotamian, like whatever that era is. So antiquities and early Meso period. Literature and folklore and mythology. And you get the room numbers. One of them would be room 23, and the other one is pretty close by at room 27. And they're outside. It's going to be a walk outside the building because it's over by the library.
Gotcha.
These are my people.
Yeah, they're mine too. Huh.
What?
Is that
Okay.
so? I'm going to head down and, I'm sure that there's a map of the campus somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's directories and maps fairly regularly placed. I mean, it's not hard to find one. You find one relatively easily.
Right.
Should we try to
And-
split up and cover ground?
I mean, it's the same building.
Oh, okay.
It's just not this building. So, because this is offices and stuff like that. Their teaching building is where their auditoriums are, where they teach classes, is over in this building, and I start walking that way.
All right.
campus is eerily quiet, but there is sound of commotion all around. There's nobody that you see on campus, but you still hear the sounds of sirens and panicking things and out past your visual range. It's still a pretty bad night to be out and about doing things. But it's at least that, you don't have students running around the quad right now. It's just down in town, within ear reach at least, you can hear the sirens going off. You can hear gunshots in the back every once in a while. And over probably where the dorms are is where you hear the most activity. But even then, it's sparsely done. A scream here and there, but not like something bad happening. More just, people kind of partying at the end of the world, I guess would be the best way to describe it.
Right.
Yeah.
These are college kids after all, and the sun didn't rise today, and it's still pitch black and no stars. No moon. And it doesn't take you long to get to the building. You find the front door quite easily. It's unlocked. Walking into the halls, the building is still like the last one. It's eerily quiet. There's no lights on. Your footsteps echo down on the hard acrylic floor. Making your way through the hallways is quite easily. Room 1, room 4, 2, 3, 4. And then you finally come up and you to the rooms. That first one, room 23, Professor Mancini.
Is that his office or is it his classroom?
So the way that this is set up, the office is right next to the auditorium classroom.
Okay.
So first door is the office door. The second door would be for the auditorium and sitting room.
Okay, let's try Dr. Mancini first since he's like head of the department.
Okay.
Is his door locked?
You go and you reach the handle, you jiggle it, and the door is unlocked.
Okay. I'm going to cautiously open the door.
All right, opening the door, you can see the desk is not too far away. It's kind of like middle of the room-ish, and it's got one of those old desk lamps with like the green glass covering over it that gives it that kind of like dim glow above it, but projects most of the light down directly onto the desk. And
Right.
there's a shuffle of books kind of just layered on top of each other in a haphazard way, folders with papers, another side desk just littered with papers and folders and papers and folders. It's a cluttered mess. And turning around from the corner over by the filing cabinets is this like 5'3". He's probably only about 90 pounds. Little Italian guy with just that male pattern baldness, cut hair, really cropped short on the sides and the back, but that bald spot right on the top of the head that goes back. That awful look where if you have that, you might as well just shave your damn head. Why haven't you?
Right.
And he's got a bad comb over. I don't even know if you would call it a comb over. It's like The Simpsons. It's like 3 hairs wisped over the top of it. He's wearing these pair of old corduroy pants with suspenders and a shirt that's a little too big for him, white buttoned up, and he's got his glasses on, and he looks over from the filing cabinet, and he goes, "You're not in my class, and office hours ended hours ago. Can I help you? I mean, shouldn't you be in your dorms or with family with as weird as things are going tonight? Not safe out there."
Well, Dr. Mancini, funny story. Would you like to hear it?
And he gives you a look up and down. Go ahead and roll a d20, anybody who's paying attention to him. and tell me what you get, because I'm not looking at the desktop. I'm looking at a different screen right at the moment.
Is there anything that we're adding to this?
Perception.
So I got a 16.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely enough.
So,
We'll say the target number was a 14.
Gotcha.
So anybody who rolled a 14 or higher, you're going to notice a what?
an 18 to start.
Oh, you
Like, I
yeah, you
rolled an
noticed.
18. I can't find where the perception is.
Oh no, you don't worry about it. You got it at 18. You notice when you say, "Do you want to hear a story?" He's got this folder that he slides back down in the filing cabinet, shuts it, and he gives you this look. And you notice kind of like a sheen go across his glasses, and then disappear. Like almost like a light was shined across the glass. But there was no source of light that could have done that.
Right.
He gives you a smile and he goes, "Oh, I think you could tell me a quite interesting story." And he reaches both his hands behind his back and kind of like takes that kind of casual, like almost a little hunched over posture. And he's like, "Absolutely, let's hear this story. What do you have?"
So this morning, I woke up to complete darkness, as everyone else did. I was a teacher of English in, I'll give you the name of the city I live in.
It was Lacey.
Lacey, okay. And I get to school, to do my jobs, and some things start chasing me. And the craziest thing happens. I turn into something else. I don't want to mess up your office, so I won't do that here. You okay with that?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And you'll notice at that point, when you say that, he kind of looks at you. He's like, okay. You get this impression that he's disarmed a little bit. Like, okay, whew, lets out a sigh of relief. And behind him, you notice the room gets a little bit dimmer, and he puts his hands back in front of him. He goes over, sits at his desk, and motions for each of you to have a seat. And from the corners of the room, these two-person love seat benches kind of slide from the walls and position themselves up by the desk. Since we're all being honest with each other, now you know I got some abilities of my own, but I don't have to turn into whatever it is you turn into. I've seen one of that, if you're what I think you are, and it wasn't a pleasant sight. I was somewhere around World War II. Poor chap, he was just covered in barbed wire with leaking wounds. But he could do the damnedest things. Didn't kill him. He turned into that thing, and he said he was a 17-year-old kid that when he was drafted. Anyway, go on.
Year did you just say?
Oh, World War II.
That would make you
Old.
very old.
70 years old.
Yeah, we're not even into the 2000s
No,
that
60.
far.
Yeah, he's 60 years old.
It got me fucked. Never mind.
Maybe you need to sit down, Alistair.
He
This
just
is
says,
the 1800s, Seth.
Probably a good idea.
he just says old. He's like, yeah, I'm old.
My mistake. My mistake. Sorry about that. I wasn't trying to call you old.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. I and he pats top of his head. He's like, I get it. I'm old. Not defenseless, but old.
No. My apologies.
Oh.
Jesus.
It's perfectly okay.
Does he have a candy dish with Werther's Originals in it?
There is a candy dish with Werther's Originals, unwrapped
So he's,
candy corn, and
yep, he's 70 or 80 years old.
and then those little strawberry candies that are wrapped in like that strawberry foil.
And they've got the strawberry
No.
gel inside of them.
Yeah,
So good.
Oh,
It's like if you
Way
ever
too
tried to
real.
reach for that type of candy, it just made the whole candy jar move.
Yeah.
There was no grabbing one easily from there.
No.
So I'll continue with my story. I met up with these incredibly nice people that I'm with right now. We got taken to this place, told that we were something called Nightbane, and then we heard we managed to make our way to a house where the police were getting attacked by people that looked exactly like the two police officers that were there to investigate.
he nods. He scratches
And-
his chin. He goes, "Yeah, doppelgangers. We call those doppelgangers. Apparently, all humans have them, but strangely, Nightbane don't. At least that's what our research says."
And these doppelgangers escaped through a mirror and went to a place called the Nightlands, and we followed them. And we ended up rescuing a group of slaves who were looking for a box. And inside the box were some artifacts. So we left the Nightlands and came back here and made our way to. We were given instructions to go to some club, and we went to that club, and we were told about 3 boxes. The box of Tiamat, the box of Apsu, and the box of Ishtar.
Yeah, we've heard of those. Boxes of the ancient Babylonian gods. They were said to house artifacts of immense power from a civilization older than humankind. The first ones, I think, is what some of the manuscripts call them. Some of them also call them the formless ones. There's a lot of names for them, but the artifacts were said to have been made at that point, but didn't seem to find owner. The first time they are recorded in history as having owners was during the Babylonian period, which is how they got their name.
Yeah, and so we were talking to this person, and they mentioned that there was a professor on the Rutgers campus that may know where the location of the box of Ishtar is.
Well, what if I told you we did have the box here? It's over in Faulkner's office. He's more of the Babylonian specialist. I could talk your ear off all day about the Greeks and about the Romans, which are very closely aligned. The Romans adopting the Greek. Anyway, you're probably not interested in all of that. But let's head across the hall. Faulkner's in there. He's a little bit more jumpy than I am, so let me go make introductions. And he gets up and he starts he walks out the door and heads over just across the hall. It's kind of just a diagonal. Knocks on the door. Peter, let me in. Door opens. He's like, I have guests. They're children of the Nightlands, believe it or not, and there's 5 of them. Faulkner sticks his head out the office door, and he kind of like cranes his neck. And he's an old man too, probably mid 60s, early 70s. He reminds you of everybody here has seen the movie Relic, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. He reminds you
No.
of what? No. Seriously?
Shame.
don't think I've seen
Listen.
it
I
either.
grew up. My dad was a preacher, and I grew up under a very strict religious protocol. There's a lot of movies like that I've never seen.
You have a movie you need to watch tonight. Or another night in the near future. It's a pretty good 90s creature feature horror movie. Even if the CGI in it is unforgivably bad at times. God, what is his name? You might recognize him as the actor then. Who is the professor in Relic? Full cast. The Relic. Tom Sizemore. Nope. James Whitmore. Ringing a bell? He was Dr. Seuss in Planet of the Apes. He was the old man in Shawshank Redemption with the bird.
Yep.
He didn't want to go, but they made him
Got
go, and he hung himself.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yep, got
him.
it.
He's that guy. Okay, he looks a lot like that guy. Dressed pretty similar to Professor Mancini. And he opens the door, and he's like, get in here. And as you guys walk in, he kind of does this kind of like inspection of each of you. He does everything except poke you. Like he's looking at your arms, looking at your head, looking at your face. Like he's really just kind of studying you. And he's like, they actually look like people. Is it
Because
true?
we are people.
Because we are people.
No, you're not. Well, sometimes you are, but you're not really people. Not really that monster thing either. You're more like, you're weird. You're kind of like a mirage. But anyway, we could talk about that another time. You're here for the box of Ishtar. Is that right?
Yes, that
Yes.
is correct.
All right. Normally, seekers like us, we wouldn't be just handing out artifacts. We tend to hold these things pretty close to the vest, protect them, and we'll die fighting for them. But me and Mancini here, we're old, and while we're pretty good mages, we can't fight what we saw outside. It took almost everything out of us just to take down one of the hounds. So, I'm going to give you the box. Because it's probably one of the few things that's going to help us get through this. And he reaches under his desk, he pulls out a box, and it looks a lot like the previous one. And he cracks it open, and sitting in the middle of this box, held in place by this dragon talon-looking pewter sculpture, is a orb of glass. It's the only thing in there, and it's about a fist-sized orb. Inside, you can see a little bit of light. Like there's some light in the center, and all around it, there's just a constant billowing of smoke. It's pale white, and it's just constantly billowing. Almost like one of those plasma balls, but with white smoke instead, and almost like sunshine. We have no idea what to do with this thing. We've brought it to Europe. We've had it examined by our colleagues in Asia, in Greece, Norway, South America. Nobody knows how this thing works. And it just does that. It only does that. But it says that this is something that can help fend off great darkness in the legends. So we don't know. It comes from time, though, made by the Formless Ones. And there are rumors that Nightbane, Night Children, whatever name you're going by, are descendants of the Formless Ones, or maybe even Formless Ones that have inhabited human bodies. Either, no matter what I'm trying to say is, you might be able to figure out how this thing works, or even just use it in general. He slides the box over to you.
All right. I'm going to
So am I
open
to
up.
understand that you just give this to us on good faith without knowing anything about us or what we plan to do with it?
Let me be honest here. If you wanted to take it by force, you could. There's 5 of you, there's 2 of us. I don't sense a mean bone in any one of your bodies. And I sensed you guys coming in from the front door. You practically burst with magic energy. And besides, you have good auras. And it's not entirely selfless that we're doing this. We want to know what this is and how it works. This is a good way for us to do 2 things. Catalog the artifact and catalog all 5 of you.
Okay. I'm willing to assist you.
Does that satisfy your curiosity?
I mean, I'm just looking at the box and moving away from it, looking at it as if it was like a nuke.
I kind of just put my hand on top of Thomas's shoulder. Don't worry, I carry just as much concern.
Good,
Who
then you
knows
can
what-
stand in front of me then.
I'll just open it up.
Open what up?
I'm going to open the box up.
Oh yeah, no, it's got that orb and the dragon. It's sitting in the dragon paw.
Oh, then I insist that we just take it and start going.
Okay. Can I get your numbers? And that way we can, I can call you later and we can, exchange information.
Faulkner just does basically the most cheesy of magician's tricks and makes 5 business cards pop in his hands, and he just tosses them at you, and they all kind of do this lazy looping through the air and settle themselves right in front of you. They just hang there, like just right at grasping range, like right in front of your faces.
I'll grab mine and put it in my wallet.
Mine too.
And when you're done with that, we need to talk again, because like you said, we want to know what that is and what it does. And if you would indulge us, like your friend said, we're not doing this just purely out of selflessness. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out what looks like a little scarab beetle, and it's made of metal, a copper beetle. This is a bit of a recording device. It'll record what you do, everything around you, and you can toss it up in the air when you're done, and it'll make its way back here. It'll help us with our research. And if you could go into the Nightlands again before sending it back, that would be very helpful. We have so little information on those. So little. And it said that your kind can just jump in and out of mirrors to get there. I've seen it happen once. It's more like pouring a glass of milk into a mirror. It's quite odd.
Dude,
Okay. Have you ever heard of a being called the Night Lords?
Yeah, we have and he totters backwards, turns around, moves over to a bookshelf that he has in his office, and he grabs out a few big, thick, old, decaying tomes, and he drops them down on his desk, and he thumbs through one of them, and he starts to explain a little bit about them, and he says, "You know, the Night Lords, we have a little information, not a lot, and we don't know what's real and what's not real. A lot of it gets into folklore and old stories. As you might imagine, all history has some kind of root, or all mythologies, I should say, have some kind of root in history, but it's hard to pull the stories from the truth. But it's said that the Night Lords were once really powerful human mystics, capable of doing insane feats of magic. Some of them were rumored to be the source of demon stories, or of wizards like Merlin from Camelot might have been a Night Lord. Lilith from some of the stories, some of the biblical stories, is a Night Lord. Different Krampus, Old Scratch. I mean, all these different mythological demons, and the Minotaur from Greek mythology was said to have been possibly a young Night Lord. But all these things, any of the beings that can cast magic, or gods or demons throughout history, not all of them, but all Night Lords have some kind of connection to them, even if it's just a name. What there is said was one of them made contact, one human wizard made contact with some great evil, and at that point he changed and was no longer human. He actually fed on humans, which gave rise to human sacrifice, which brings us to some of the other stories around the world where some of these gods that human sacrifices are being done to, were they Night Lords or not? Don't know. Some of them might have been. All of them might have been. None of them might have been. But what they all have in common is they were very powerful wizards and mystics. And then there was a war with what they say were the children of the Nightlands. And they somehow were able to push the Night Lords to the point of retreat. The Night Lords retreated into the Nightlands and had not been seen since. We think what's going on right now is some exertion of force from them, but we don't know what exactly is going on. It's definitely some kind of mystic realignment. Our magic surged to powers that even our most ancient wizards in the order have not felt in hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. So some kind of mystic realignment's going on with what we have going on outside right now. And some of us think that might be related to the Night Lords. But, I mean, and he points at the books, and there's probably thousands of pages just in those 4 books alone. He's like, sifting through all this as to what's real and what's not real, I would need years to teach you.
You guys are a decently sized organization.
I don't know. It depends on what you would call decently sized. Mancini kind of pipes up from behind you guys, and there's definitely several hundred of us in the chapters, but we're scattered. Over here in Jersey, me and Faulkner are the only two seekers here. Not every old coot that runs a mythology department is a seeker. Some people are just, some of us run bakeries.
But you guys have a guild hall of some sort, I assume.
No, we have meetings every so many decades, or when major events happen like this. We're pretty sure we're going to be hearing something about a meeting coming soon. But there's no official guild halls or sanctuaries. We're not Doctor Strange with the 4 sanctuaries on each continent and Carmontage. We're just
I'm not aware of who is that. Another one of your friends?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
it's a comic book.
Comic books.
I'm sorry, I don't read.
Hmm.
So you just keep super mystic artifacts in your desk that somebody could take at any point in time.
Faulkner lifts it. He's like, it's not that they could just take it anytime. And he opens up his hand, and just a little bit of flame just starts to dance in the palm of his hand, and he just kind of tosses it back and forth. He's like, we're not without defenses. We can defend ourselves. And then he just does the closed hand and shakes his hand, and flame's gone. We have
How do you
capabilities.
defend against a janitor opening up the wrong door and taking it?
Oh, we don't let them see it.
Meaning you can hide this from their sight in
Yeah.
the physical sense?
Yeah. Here, you see that lectern over there?
The what?
The lectern. It's like a stand where
I look 180, 240, 360. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
right,
find
right.
whatever this is.
Yeah.
It's like it's right there against the wall.
I'm looking at Grayson.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like
confused.
exactly. He says exactly, and then he snaps his fingers. There's one snap of the finger, and then it kind of just shimmers, and you can see the lectern. And on there, opened up into some pages, and who knows what language that is, with drawings and different diagrams on the pages as well. There's a really, really old-looking book. If we don't want you to see it, we just hide it. And he snaps his fingers, and it disappears again.
That's more so why I'm asking how you guys are protected this. So how do we stop other people from seeing this?
Oh, that's on you. We don't have anything to give you for that. I mean,
It should be on us. I mean, we're all you gave it to us to save humanity. Essentially, you would be in your best interest, to help us be able to hide this. No,
we were kind of hoping that with your talents and abilities that you'd have some way of doing that. We've heard tales of being able to step through mirrors, slide along shadows, disappear from sight, shatter yourselves into thousands of insects, and disappear. In fact, some of you we've even heard stories
Grayson.
of being wizards.
Yeah, I just take my glasses
Yourselves.
off and grab the bridge of my nose.
yeah, I'm looking at any of you to see if either of you could make objects visible to certain people.
Well, I put my glasses back on. I have to ask, since you're all got a bit of this community here together, is there a possibility that there's another contact in case we ever do need, and I look among you, any other sort of relics or devices hidden? Could we rely on you?
If it's of magical nature, absolutely. As long as we get to study it. Now, the thing is, though, depending on what we find, we may not be able to give it back. It might be something we do need to keep.
So then there's a possibility we will have negotiations.
You could look at it that way. Yes. Or we might just have to. Some artifacts are just much better off being in the hands of people who know how to contain them. And we know how to contain most artifacts that we run into. And if we don't know how to contain it, then we really don't think a bunch of scrappy kids, no offense, are the best ones to be carting these around in their van.
Haven't been a kid since 48 years ago.
And I'm easily in my early 20s.
Remember, these guys are in their mid 60s to early 70s.
Listen, I only still understand fully how the human life works, barely that. So when he hears kids, he's like, I haven't been called that in 48 years.
Well, we will do as much as we possibly can to record what happens, and we will, if we have to go to the Nightlands, we will, and we will, do what we can, to record that as well. And once we're done, we'll send it back to you. We need to go make a plan to take care of this. What did he call himself? The Avatar, or
Yeah, something along those lines.
Wait. You've seen an actual avatar.
that's what he called himself in New Mexico.
Faulkner and Mancini just give themselves that ooh. They're scared looking. They got a bit of fear between the two of them.
I'm gonna look over at Daniel too and say, and didn't the one, and I look at Alistair, carried the head of him? Didn't he say something similar?
Yeah, that's the Avatar, or at least that's what I thought was the
same.
Avatar.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's the guy that Avatar decapitated, or that Alistair decapitated.
Yeah, he was like starting to control the other corpses as well, trying to make them all animate in the way he seen fit.
Right.
And at that point, you see them give each other this weird look, and they're like, "That doesn't sound like any. We don't have any records of an avatar doing anything like that. They're reality warpers. They're fragments of a Night Lord. They deal in energy, not necromancy."
We did find a machine gun turned into a cookie.
That sounds more like an avatar. But necromancy, that's...
Well, could it not have been necromancy, and it could have just been an illusion? Or a transformation of some kind?
Yeah.
Because we didn't stay long enough to see them actually form any, creatures.
Right. We only understand that the longer Alistair kept his head, the more he just talked to us.
Oh. I think you might be closer when it comes to the illusions than you think. I think you might be on the right track. Because that does not sound like anything any avatar I've ever heard of doing. Granted, we only have stories. We've never seen one.
Well, I'm not.
We run.
I'm not canceling. I mean, not considering anything out of the frame from what we've seen of him.
Right. Even all of this with the Nightbanes and all, this is still new to us.
Right.
Ground.
I've been like this for less than 24 hours, so it's all new. So I'm leaving possibilities open to anything. But hopefully with this, we'll be better prepared if and when we meet him again.
Yeah. Keep an open mind, but scrutinize everything. If it wasn't an avatar, it was something that definitely had, and it was actually necromancy. We're talking insane. We're talking very high levels of magic, and somebody who's thrown their lot in with the Night Lords. It sounds like.
Mhm.
If it was illusions, there's very few things that can make illusions that are that convincing. Very few things.
Okay.
While you're talking, outside the window, you're going to outside the you can hear from the outside like what are they called? Quads, grassy areas,
Yeah.
the yard
Mhm.
out by the building here. You hear gunshots that are actually really close by, and you hear a loud thunk, and metal and glass just burst. You move over, looking out the window, and you notice that there was you see a security guard, campus cop, just tossed like partially through his patrol car, and his partner is on the ground, just in pieces, like in pieces. And there's the guy in black standing in the yard.
Oh shit! There he is.
Well, if you want never seen one, you're about to now.
And they both peer out the windows.
You guys should stay hidden, and we're gonna go out to so that they don't find you.
We definitely
I'm
spend a little more time than we want to.
Because I'm sure that they're tracking us somehow.
Well, it's probably your magical scent. You guys do know you just are bursting with magical energy, right? And
Yeah.
it's very easy for anything supernatural with the right senses to sniff and follow.
Then we need to keep moving.
Can you use the orb?
I mean, what are we going to use it? How are we going to use it?
I don't know. Isn't that the whole point of it?
I would prefer that they didn't know that we had it until, whatever. But
Well,
Because
don't
we know
tell.
they're looking for it.
Oh, well, how else are we supposed to learn how to use it?
I'm okay.
We're gathering this back at the nightclub, aren't we? We're trying to make sure they have it so that they can tell us what we need to do with it.
Oh, I assume nobody knew how to use it.
Yeah, we should probably try to make our way back. But we need to draw their attention away from this place first.
All right.
So come on, let's go.
All right.
And I'm going to get in the hallway and transform. I'm going to turn into my Morphous form
Okay.
Same.
because I can run so much faster in my Morphous form and try to get back to that building that we came in.
Okay.
That way, it draws them away from this place.
Okay. So I'm assuming everybody's transforming into amorphous forms then, or is there anybody who's not?
Yes, I am
Yep.
transforming.
Okay. So you guys do your transformation and you make your way into the hall as soon as you get in the hallway and you start running through the halls. You hit that front door, you swing it open, and it's no longer the campus yard. It is now just as soon as you put all four of you or all five of you put your feet on the ground, you're now standing in what could only be described as a twisted, gnarly horror forest. twisted limbs, trees with no leaves, smoke on the ground like an eerie mist, and it just
Is there any
smells.
fire in the sky?
It smells dank. No fire in the sky.
Okay.
Just smells musty and dank.
I'm going to walk over to one of the trees and see if it's real.
You go ahead and knock on the tree, and it feels real. Feels solid.
Hmm.
Is it possible to like maybe roll perception, see if there's like any trail or passage that we could continue moving in the direction we wanted to?
Well, turning around, the building you came out of is no longer there either.
Do we know what the parameters on this magical shield is?
What are your talents again? Because there could be a. I'm not the kind of person that likes to just be like, "Hey, you don't know how to do stuff, so I'm just hitting you here." If you have talents,
I thought that was his bracelet thing, wasn't it? So
That gives
Yeah,
you- that's a
Yeah.
shield that prevents you from taking damage.
Right.
Oh,
And
okay.
it costs you 20 PPE to
Activate.
start it up. Yep.
I didn't know if it was like it would shield me from whatever was happening.
Makes sense.
There would be possibly talents that could do that. I'm looking at your character sheets now.
There you go. Would you want to do this together? It's up to you.
Talents: Night Rider, Shadow Slide, Nightbringer. No. On Death, absolutely not on Death. Swarm Self. No. On Nate. Corpse like talents. Lightning Rider. Nothing for Cannabella. I want to find something here that you could use. Okay. That might work. Premonition, possibly.
And who has that?
That would be Tom.
I do. Yep.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll give you the system, learning the system poke. Premonition might give you some help here if you were to use it.
Okay. So I'm going to, I guess, lean down and touch the ground and see if I can sense anything.
So leaning down, touching the ground, it does kind of like that that Evil Dead zoom out, like the Deadites are coming. It zooms out on you, and you get this kind of like zoom around this area, and the tree. You're standing in the middle of the campus yard. There's no cop car. There's no downed cops. And it kind of like zooms around a little bit more, and you don't know where exactly you're at, but you see this guy, and it's not the man in black. It's somebody completely different in a black robe with this ridiculous looking crown of metal. It looks almost like Bad Morga's crown from Willow. And he's just staring out a window, and he's just you can't make out what he's saying. If he's saying anything, his mouth is just moving. And then it just you kind of snap back, and you're in the forest again.
Daniel, are you all right?
I just saw something and so I'm going to start moving in that direction. Because I sort of just tapered off my words when I said I saw something, and I start heading in that direction that I sort of came that I flashed back to.
Okay.
I look off to the others and try to keep us close. Keep looking around us.
And I'm staying behind and keeping myself ready with my sight and making sure, like sentry style, making sure nothing surprises us.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll do it for you, Nate.
Well, all right. So you're going to try and make your way to that figure or back to the
Yes.
building?
Back to the figure.
To the figure. All right. You stumble through the forest and you hear howling of wolves at one point. It's everything about this is trying to play on you to make you feel more isolated. The further you go, the colder it gets. It feels very real. And all of you kind of start to wonder if there might be a way to dispel this illusion. If there might be a way to do that. And there is. You could possibly manifest a talent at this point in time, or you could continue going through the forest. Either way, it's not going to take you too terribly long before you reach it looks like a giant hollowed out tree.
Daniel, you said you seen something. What was it that you seen?
I saw a robed figure who was trying to say something, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. It was all I saw was the mouth moving.
And you think that's wise that we're going to go for him?
Well, there's a reason why I saw it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like it was something for me to run from.
Was there any other details what he was doing?
Oh, I want to definitely break in on that. Like it because I didn't say it was or wasn't, but it was definitely not a welcoming feeling from that figure.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's why I said the crown like Bad Morga from Willow, the evil.
Oh, okay.
Evil sorceress.
Okay.
Can I use see truth on the tree?
Oh, you could totally use see truth. I didn't see that on your sheet.
Ooh.
Using see truth, the whole forest just disappears. For you. Everybody else still sees it.
Okay.
And you guys have wandered off campus, and you're like almost getting ready to walk into underneath a bridge over on a highway.
So, but still not where we were at.
No, you guys remember you guys were walking a bit.
Yeah.
You had stumbled while you were walking. You had made your way over to the high off campus onto a highway, just about to go underneath the bridge, over like an underpass.
But that's all I see is just the natural state of the land.
Yeah, you see the natural state of the land for what it is.
Okay. Then I'll say I can see, and what you're seeing isn't what I see, and I see what we're supposed to be seeing. If everybody wants to walk with me, they get behind me, and I can navigate us.
Okay.
All right, Thomas. Protect Thomas.
Am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be seeing? Because I can't see what you guys see now. So you guys got to tell me what you see, because you can't see what I see.
Understood.
I just see scary woods.
Yeah. Well, I see scary Jersey.
So you start navigating them back off the interstate, or the highway, I should say, and get them more or less back toward campus. You're in you're in downtown wherever Rutgers is. Why can't I remember? New Brunswick. That's right. I was going to say East Brunswick, but you're in downtown New Brunswick at this point, and there are people running all over the place. Like, not like a lot of people, but there are people out there. They're looting. There's cops trying to round people up. For Thomas, that's what you see. Like, you see the natural state of things. For everybody else, you see monsters.
So, updates. I know there's a lot of looting going on, but
They're monsters.
well, no, they're no monsters. They're people. I mean, they're people. They may be Nightbane. I don't know.
I see monsters.
I understand what you see. I'm telling you, they're just people. You can't
right.
see what I see.
All right, rely on Thomas. If we see anything coming at us, he's going to tell us what he sees. If he just sees looters, we should just take as we're being deceived until he can say and confirm otherwise.
Okay.
Keep your eyes peeled.
What I see, I wouldn't see their Morphus through, so I actually know they're not Nightbane. Never mind. So they are regular people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other people
Right,
are
so if you
freaking
see a
out.
monster, we will know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the people who see you are freaking out because you're monsters.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like walking like this, making sure I don't hit anything. Yeah, I'm not really worried about them. I'm like the friendly ghost.
Gotcha.
Casper in it. I mean, where are we trying to go?
Yeah, all but
I
so
think
like,
we should.
oh, sorry.
Let's find a telephone.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, all right. I'll look 2,000 feet for a telephone.
So you find a telephone quite easily. What I rolled those dice for was there's a squad of cops that are trying to deal with some looters going from one of the local businesses, and they see you, and all but one of them looks at you in abject terror and flees.
Come back! There's looting. You got to protect the citizens.
protect the citizens.
How are you going to deal with this police officer?
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm telling him to come back, protect the shops.
He's just standing there, like, kind of trembling with his gun out, like,
There's no need for violence.
Don't fire your weapon.
Pay no attention to the Spider-Man behind me.
Whoever's doing the talking, let's do a roll-off. I'm going to assign a target number for this for convince. You're going to try and convince. Does anybody have charm and press percentages that are worth a damn? That'd be underneath physical beauty.
I can dance. I can do some interpretive dance.
I only got 6 in physical beauty.
Well, in your Morphus, right? Or in your standard?
I think that's my standard. I don't have a thing it says for.
Yeah, because I remember you're ugly as hell in your Morphus.
Yeah, I'm the ugliest motherfucker here.
Nope.
Yeah, you're straight 6. I remember Frail actually gets better looking in his Morphus.
Kind of. The wolf head doesn't really do it very much justice.
And the teeth and mouths on your body.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna have if he's gonna fight me, I was gonna have the mouths go, "It's your soul," or something like that.
You know what? If you do that, I will throw another horror factor because that is creepy as shit.
All right, hold on. Yeah, save the chops or we will eat your souls. Or, I don't know, whatever creepy.
I like that it just adapts to whatever voice I guess is in Thomas.
All right. Well, what's your horror factor? He rolled a 17.
Where would I see horror factor? Again?
Horror factor would be
Maybe
HF.
My name's Jeff. What was it under? HF.
HF.
Here's
14.
your
You just
Yeah,
did-
I heard my name's Jeff. Yeah, 14.
14. You did not adequately frighten him enough.
Me coming up behind him and saying, "Don't fire your weapon" with a 20.
Yeah, as a skeleton or a big.
Oh
giant
yeah,
spider.
your horror factor is what, 18?
It says 20 on here.
No, it says 18.
Well, this is the note you sent me.
Oh, I'm looking at
You
your
got a
character
plus
sheet.
Where's this?
somewhere?
Yeah, where am I seeing this?
Oh,
because
under-
I'm seeing
Under
under
journal.
SPC.
Under journal next to in your character sheet next to MA.
Oh, is it in here? Because
Yeah.
I'm looking at the note you made me.
Yeah, remember I looked up the max horror factor is 18.
Okay. Let me just
so we
fix
had to
that
make
up.
that adjustment.
Gotcha. So 18.
Yeah.
There you go.
I put all the adjusted character sheets in the journals for you guys. Okay, so yeah, that because he rolled a 17, he damn near succeeded on that, but I don't get paid enough to do this shit. Like he freaks, he's just like fuck, and he fires the gun once, and it's like a total wild like misses everybody, and then he just bolts to follow the rest of his squad. Why are you leaving me behind?
The looting wasn't enough. It was the second monster talking to him that made him question how much he gets paid.
Well, the looting was just from normal people, like those.
Yeah,
but
the
you
night
like-
sky with no
like-
stars, no moon, no sun.
5 monsters doing the tango down the street. It took the second one telling him to get the hell out of here for him to listen.
It was that moment.
But my pension's not high enough.
Hey, what can I say? He had a group of people with him. He was emboldened. All right. You find the phone quite easily. You make the dial. And you guys jump through the phone. One after the other. Zip, zap, zippity, zip, zip. Unfortunately, you did not get to take a picture of your centaur butt and send it over. And leave it in the facts. But you're back at the...
I think we can retcon that, can't we?
Huh?
I said I think we can retcon that, can't we?
We can record that. We'll add it in later. There'll be a time and place. Maybe you could fax pictures of your centaur butt.
I mean, I've still got their phone number. I can come back some
There you
other
go.
night when no one's there.
There you go.
We'll send little personal messages, like little photo ops.
Right. And this time I'll be like, hey, I'm going to dial this number, hang up the phone after I get through. And then I'll call and make my way back.
Yep.
Now this is where this is what happens when you land outside the phone. You pop out the phone. You've gotten away from the illusions. This illusion that was meant to trap you at Rutgers and separate you from the magical artifacts is the best of your best guess. You pop out of the phone and the nightclub is burning. The nocturnes that were there are on the ground, and the last one is in his Morphus form, and it looks like a man bat. Almost like a werebat. He's got bat wings popping out of his back, big long talons on his hands, and he's being held by what looks like one of those hounds, but it's like 10 feet tall, and it's got a big sledgehammer in one hand, and he is just holding the bat guy just clenched in one fist, and it's got that hammer. He's getting ready to swing it down, and there's 2 more hounds on the ground, and the man in black is sitting on a chair. True sight, this is true. You are in the middle. You have jumped out at the worst possible place that you could have jumped out at. And that is going to be initiative.
All right.
All right. Let's see here.
Remember, you do double damage against supernatural targets. figure that in before when you do your damage.
Okay.
With those special weapons, you also have the magical orb on you, and you have your bracelets.
Yes. So where's the initiative at?
It's a D20, and there are 4 things on my side. In fact, I'm just going to change that. Hold on. I'm just going to do them all on one roll. It'll just make life easier. 12. Who wants to keep track of initiative and make my life easy?
Hold on, let me get a piece of paper.
I'm just still trying to find initiative.
And it's been a while since you've looked at the sheet. It's going to be underneath combat bonuses.
I see what you mean.
For you, you have a +2 to initiative.
Yep, I've got a +2 as well. So
I think most people have a +2.
Oh, okay. I see. It's actually above it's in my bonuses. +2 on initiative.
I wish this game had an actual integrated character sheet on this.
Yeah. I started just like bullet pointing on my notes just to make it easier to find it.
Yeah.
Now, like looking at it through this one on here, I'm like, I need to really see if I could like edit this in any way to make it easier to look at. Okay.
all right, so 7 for Thomas. Isabella and Daniel both have 4.
I got a 12.
I got an 11.
13 for. You've got a +2 to your initiative, right, Beth?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And I unfortunately can't see the D20 I rolled. That should be having that
14.
+2. Thank you.
All right, so it's Nate first, then Death, and then the bad guys, then Thomas, and then Isabella and I at the same time.
So it's us first? Me first?
No, it's Nate. Nate is
Okay.
first.
Okay. I guess, man, I think the first thing I'd try to do is probably run up and try to get that 10-foot guy off the wereback.
Okay.
Let me see here.
So that would be a D20 and any bonuses to strike. And what are you doing? Are you smacking, hitting, biting?
I'm trying to tackle.
Tackle.
There's the first roll on this.
That is an
I'm gonna go-
absolute hit.
Okay. 6 full melee, forms, 2. +1 attack in facade. 2d. Well, where's the Morphus? +4 attack in Morphus. Okay, so +4 on that. Automatically knock out
Your target number is 5
my target number.
to hit. Like your 2-hit number is 5. Armor class. You just have to roll 5 or higher to hit.
Okay. And what was my roll on there?
You rolled an 18.
Okay. Trying to see. Now, this, since I'm tackling, would that be in full strength?
Yes.
Okay, so trying to read this correctly. 1d6 10 plus 14 SDC.
D6 10 plus 14. That's your full strength. Yeah, full strength hit. That's like a full
Okay.
strength punch.
Okay.
We'll run that for a tackle. That'll work.
Okay. But then 1d6 is all I gotta roll here for that. There you go.
You did 1 point of damage. Plus what?
I believe it's plus 14. It's like 1d6 asterisk 10.
That's times 10.
Oh, times 10. Okay.
So
So you said I did 1.
You rolled a
So
1.
10 plus 14.
24.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, that's enough to get its attention away from the bat momentarily.
Okay.
Who just books it. Just books it. And you can't really... You can blame him, but you can't at the same time. Like, coward.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? But the bodies of his friends are on the ground here, and they're just mangled. Like, he was the last survivor of this place.
I know that feeling.
Who was next on that order?
Me.
Next is death. Yeah.
Okay.
So, if I read this correctly in the book, you said to look up whatever weapon. So I wanted my dagger to take the shape of Sephiroth's sword. So that's a Nodachi. The Nodachi's base is 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
And the armor that we got, mine looks like Daedric plate from Skyrim.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my Shadow Slide ability. And as I Shadow Slide, I'm going to pop up right next to that the boss guy and try to take his head off again.
Okay, so the way the system works, Shadow Slide would be the action.
Mm-hmm.
Attack, that would be one action. So you would Shadow Slide. He's not... So, supernatural movement, that's activating a talent, right? So that would be an action. You have so many actions per round. Each of you has a different number. It should be 5 or 6 on average. But your standard movement wouldn't be an action. You could move up to your standard movement and still act. But you couldn't like activate a talent or cast a spell and then move. Or
okay.
act, I should say. Like, because that is the full action. Cool idea, though.
Right. All right. Well, I'll just move up to him and then try to kill him.
Okay. One of the hounds, the giant hound, or the guy in black?
The guy in black.
Okay, so death rolls, like you're trying to just do an instant kill. Typically you gotta have a pretty damn high level in hand to hand to do that. It's normally what you get at like level 20 in hand to hand. Headshot. I just don't like insta kills like this too much, especially if I don't have a MDC or I should say an SDC by location.
I'm not. I mean, if I can pull off like a critical or something and it's a kill or something. Cool,
well, if you hit a 20, we'll say you get a headshot, but you're gonna have to nat 20 that.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll treat it like a normal death strike in the game where it has to be declared, and you have to roll that 20.
All right.
Nat 20. Negative. But you are going to manage to hit nonetheless. I'll give you the hit.
So if I do the full power hit with the 3d6 Nodachi, what's the damage?
3d6 plus.
Yeah.
3d6 times 2, just because your weapon does times 2 to supernatural targets. Plus
Okay.
your melee damage. Let me look at your character sheet. Plus supernatural damage.
That's only death, correct? That has that supernatural plus.
Everybody has supernatural damage plus.
Ooh, okay. Okay,
That's
so
what
that
dagger
means
gives us.
Yeah, that's what you rolled the 1 on, is to get us double damage against supernatural creatures.
okay. So that would have been actually 48 instead of 24.
So there's restrained punch. That's just a restrained hit. There's full strength. So for death, I'm looking at his sheet. 2d6 on
Okay.
a restrained, 5d6 on a full strength. But he can add that weapon for 3d6. So that'd be 8d6, and just multiply the end result by 2.
Gotcha.
A power hit, but it counts as 2 attacks, is a d6 times 10.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, it wouldn't make much sense to do the power hit to take it 2 attacks. I'm doing 8d6 on a regular.
Yeah,
Do I have bonus damage?
that is your
somewhere?
bonus damage.
No, like I was thinking.
No,
like
there's
18
nothing above and
or
beyond that.
something.
The weapon is
Okay.
bonus damage.
I see. Okay. 26 times 2 would be 52.
All right, you smack him. Smack him good.
Whammy.
No whammies. He's not too hurt though. All right.
It is now your turn.
My
as
turn.
GM.
All right.
Now we get to see how he hits.
Ouch.
Yeah. I got my sweet Daedric armor. I'm gonna be fine.
One d5. That's a 4. And on my screen, number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Cannabella that's going to attack. And it's going to be just a regular old hound. It is going to hit unless you parry or dodge. To parry, you just need to use a weapon to block. Does not use an action. You just roll a d20, add any bonus to parry. And if you beat a 13, you parry. Or you could choose to dodge. If you don't have a weapon in your hand, I'm assuming you do, because your Morphus does have a weapon as part of their arm. A dodge, you attempt to jump out of the way, and that uses an action. In this situation, with these guys using melee weapons and everybody having a melee weapon, I think parry's the better move. But y'all,
I agree.
do you.
I shall parry.
All right. Roll that d20, and you just got to get 13
20?
or better. Yep.
All right.
Negative.
Oh.
Can Nate roll for me?
What'd you get?
4.
Ooh.
4.
All right. They're not going to do too terribly much damage. 4d6. Take 21. The next one, it's going to be another small one. I'm just going to divide this by 2. Ah, well, 1, 2. That on my screen is going to be Tom. I think I'll
Okay.
try to hit you. It's just a normal sized one. Hey, that's a nat 20.
I'm going to parry. I'm going to use the trident that I've created.
Okay. And you just need to beat a 20. That does not have to be natural.
It's not going to happen, but okay.
You got this. Come on.
Oh fuck! It is.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn. So this guy swings just like it's a bladed staff, and he swings it at you, and you just get your trident up just in time, and it catches the staff, and you're able to deflect that attack coming at you. That is
Sweet.
goddamn. Holy hell, that was a good roll.
Good job.
Number 4. Who does number 4? 3, 4. Divided by 2 is 1, 2. Hey, that's you again.
Who does
Oh, wait, no,
number
no. That's 2. That's Frail. That's going after Frail. It's an 11 to hit. So, again, for you, parry, dodge, take.
I'll parry. That's fine.
Okay. You parry.
How?
Nice.
And the last of the little ones is going to be hitting nobody. And it would have been Tom. Swings at you, and he just whiffs. Like, whiffs it hard. The big guy. Nate, he's going to attack you because you tackled him. And you hit
Gotcha.
him. And he rolled a 6. He just comes down at you with this massive hammer. What you doing?
Is there so that's only parry or take
Parry-
it, huh?
Parry, dodge, or take it. And they're about the same action. Parry and dodge do the same thing. They just have different bonuses.
Okay. I'm gonna try to dodge.
That does use up one of your attacks, though. It uses
Okay.
your next attack in. So that'll use your next attack in order. So you're going to use your dodge now. And when you come up in turn, you won't be able to go next turn. It uses
That's
your-
fine.
Yeah, it uses your next attack.
Gotcha. All right. So what do I have to roll for this dodge? It's
D2.
just
D20 and beat a 6.
beat a6.
You do. So
Okay.
this hammer comes down, and you just are just able to jump out of the way, and it craters the asphalt. Just little chunks of it come up and smack you on the face, and you feel it, but it doesn't do any damage. It's just like, dust in the eyes almost. Not enough to distract you, but definitely enough for you to notice, like, that was close.
Could have been me.
Yeah,
that could have been me.
you. That could have been you, and that would have been very, very unpleasant had it been.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the man in black is going to pipe up, and he's going to say, I need those boxes. Hand them over, and we'll kill you quickly. Those artifacts belong to us.
They belong in a museum.
They belong in a
Yes.
museum.
Thank you. I was about to say it.
And he is going to throw at you something that's very familiar, and it's going to be an energy bolt. And who is it going to hit?
Watch it be me.
D10 divided by 2. 7 divided by 2. You know, let's just do this. /R 1D5. There we go. Number 4. Man, they do not like... These dice hate you, Cannabella. These dice hate you.
No, I
can blame
know. It's because I'm a girl.
The dice just seem to pick on a single person every night. Gross house. Well, He's going to throw that thing at you. It's going to see if it hits. Ah! But that dice liked you. It rolled a 1. So he just like throws his hand out to like throw a bolt of energy, and it's just energy. There's no, it's just like crackling white lightning flies from his hand. It smashes the street light that's next to you, cuts through that, smashes the payphone, and it just blows up in a shower of sparks. And he's like, I meant to do that. And that's all of the guys on my side. So it goes back to the top of the order.
It's Thomas's turn,
Yeah, you
and then
take away my
Isabella's,
chivalrous,
and then mine.
yeah, chivalrous moment of me trying to attack this dog for biting her. So I'm going to charge at that dog with my dagger, turning into a claymore, and pull an Aragon Alendial on its ass.
Hell yeah.
That's what
Oh yeah, probably need to roll. Ugh, so 9 plus, what is it for melee weapon?
2d6 with the dagger in base
Plus-
form.
Well, no, it's in claymore. So I got a +2 to strike. Is that what I add to that?
Yes.
Okay, so then it's an 11 to hit.
Yep, you hit.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
cool.
You just need
so
a 5 or higher.
The damage range on this is 2 to 12.
2d6
Oh, okay.
plus your supernatural strength.
Which is that S at the combat?
Let me pull
Is that what we added to the weapon?
Yeah, you add that to the weapon. Your supernatural strength is on a full strength hunt 5d6.
Oh, okay. That's it. It does. I see that. That just assumes supernatural strength. Because
Yeah,
you're
that's your
amorphous?
that's your supernatural full strength hit.
Okay.
And a
Alright,
weapon
so
is
it's-
basically a damage modifier, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah. So
makes
what's
sense.
the damage modifier for a claymore?
2d6.
Oh, okay.
So 8,
Plus
and then
5d6.
yeah, 5. So 25.
Also, times 2 because you have the supernatural bonus damage, remember?
Right.
So
I
50.
missed
So
that. I
50.
gotta write that down.
Yep.
And that's through the dagger, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Through your magic weapon. And I am going to do a percentile at the end of this round. All right. Who's next?
Isabella.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. What do I want to do? Shut up. Okay.
He completely missed you. What are you gonna do to him?
He did completely miss me. So let's see. I'm trying to decide. Do I have to use the bracelet thing?
You don't
'Cause
have
I'm
to
in
do
my
anything.
Morphos. I am.
No, you don't have to.
Well,
I mean,
I feel like I
You
need to
can-
do something.
I mean, you can use your dagger and turn it into whatever weapon you want to turn it into.
Like an AK-47.
Right.
No, it has to be
And don
melee.
your and it dons your
Oh, just
your
melee.
armor.
All right.
What if it was a unloaded AK and uses a blunt weapon?
D6. It would do a D6 damage. It's an AK-47 shaped club.
AK without a clip.
That's AK with
Okay.
me.
Nerd.
Hell yeah.
I
Set
don't
the
know what
floor
you
for
call it, but
2000s
it's
now.
You know the thing where it's like brass knuckles, but then it has like this really long, like it's longer than a dagger. It's like short sword size. What do you call those things? That's what I want it to
Sepsis?
be. It needs to be like sure.
Sai,
So
punching dagger.
Qatar?
mm,
Oh, Qatar might be right.
Is the
Yeah,
thing that
Qatar
Vold...
might
Oh,
be.
I was going to say, have you played Soul Calibur?
no.
Okay.
No, I think you're right with Qatar.
It's like a triangle blade, and you hold it, and it's got like an H-shaped handle. Or is it literally like a
No, this is
metal gauntlet with a blade on it?
yes.
Bladed
Okay,
gauntlet.
that's a Setsis, Roman gladiator weapon. Yes. Okay. Knuckles. I'm gonna rate that as Knuckles because I know that there's no entry for that in any of the books that I have. I'd have to go find my fantasy books, and hopefully it would be one of those. But let's just say it's 2d6 as well. That's dagger sized. That feels right to me. It looks really cool, but it's functionally the same damage. And you rolled a what? Oh wait, you didn't roll yet. Just throw me a d20, and you're looking to get higher than a 5. And what are you hitting, by the way? One of the little hounds, the guys in the shiny black armor that you fought before, the 10-foot tall one, or the guy in black?
I want to hit the dude who threw the energy lightning stuff at me. I don't like that.
Perfect. That is the guy in black. You hit. So 2d6 plus with you. I'll look at your sheet real quick. Your supernatural strength on a full strength hit is actually pretty damn good. It's 3d6. So 5d6 total. And remember, if you guys want to just manifest a talent, you can. Just tell me what you're looking to do, and I'll tell you if a talent exists that does that. And if it does, I will assign it over and you can use it. Damn, 16 and times 2 is 32?
Mhm.
32. Eyes good at math. Okay, next up.
All right, it's my turn. I am going to say out loud. Cover your ears, and I'm going to use Dark Song.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Cover my ears.
What's my thing that I need to beat?
You need to be. Hold on. Talents. I don't like this new.
Oh, the new layout for the PDF reader.
Yes, because it doesn't give you the list to be
Mhm.
able to type in the page. Well, there it is. 107.
So I was flipping myself. I have the main book right here.
Dark Song is
Save versus
with
Magic.
Mighty Roar or an ultrasonic keening or even electric feedback. Just makes the sound of it. If they roll under a 10, they are stunned for D4 melee rounds, and the attacker can raise the number needed by expending additional PPE plus 1 per 3 PPE.
Okay.
1 point per 3 PPE done. So I'm going to raise that to 12. So I'm spending 26
Okay.
PPE.
So it's a 12 I got to beat.
Yep.
Boom. 15.
Damn it.
Damn it.
And everything around. Everything around.
Okay.
So
That's-
all of them that can hear.
Okay. So big guy.
All of them that everyone that can hear the scream.
Oh, that's
has to roll.
players as well.
And players as well.
Well, didn't you give them warning to cover your ears? I thought I heard that.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
did.
thought so too. So do we just have it with advantage?
But wouldn't they cover their ears as well?
I mean,
What did you mean by that?
So hold on. Let me say this. I've done this in front of you idiots before, so I would hope that you would know what I was
You've
about
never
to do.
done it in front of. Well, I haven't been
Yes,
around.
I
You
have.
got it.
Yeah, he has. Yes.
I've done it quite often, actually.
Yeah.
I try to do it every time we have combat.
I haven't been in combat with you. I think since I haven't been around for it. That's all.
Okay.
I would say people who have been around would definitely know to cover their ears, in my opinion. If you haven't been around, you might want to roll it save.
Well, no, I'm covering my ears. So just
Okay.
who's the other people.
Okay.
Like Nate said. Wonder what that means.
Yeah.
Well, the hounds, the hounds don't react. The guy with the black suit, he just kind of like does one of these. He's like, oh, you guys are going to make me work overtime tonight. He's just got this weird nonchalantism to him. And he's going to take his turn next, I think, right?
No,
No,
sorry.
next. Yeah, it starts over again. Yep. It starts out with Nate and then Jeff.
Okay.
So I got somebody else tracking it.
Okay. So he smashed the hammer on the ground. Is it possible for me to climb up this hammer on this guy?
So like he smashed it down as like a swing down. Yeah, you could.
Okay. What would you like me to roll for that? Just a normal D20 and then
Well, what's the end game? What's the final result you're looking to do?
my final result is practically to get on top of the head of this guy.
I mean, I can just give you that as movement.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna scurry up this hammer after trying to smash like a wood spider in a shed.
Okay.
And go right up and try to get around its neck and try to like cover its eyes with all my arms and trying to like strangle with my lower arms around its neck.
Okay. It's gonna be very hard to get your arms around this thing's neck.
For 10 feet?
The thing's got a pretty big, thick neck. You have a 10-foot reach, like arm span.
I mean, I do got many arms, but let me check because I don't know. What
I don't think that's definitely not written down. I'm just trying to think like how.
Yeah. Because
this thing's like giant.
it depends on how. Yeah, it depends on the size of me, though, right?
Yeah, it depends on the size of you. And we didn't really determine how big you are, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm just like double checking everything. Because I was like, mostly what I'm doing is trying to get on its face, just to obstruct its view.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, could I have let that little ball out to record all of this while I screamed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say that's an easy free action.
Okay.
Trying to obstruct it.
Yeah, practically just to, I guess, grapple to its face.
You know what? Yeah, give me an attack roll for that. Just a straight D20.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna roll It's dodge. Nope, it doesn't dodge. All right, so you're up on its face. You're covering its face hole.
Okay.
Like it's. I mean, this isn't a massive thing. It's 10 feet
Yeah, it's
tall,
only
but
10
it's
feet tall.
yeah, but it's not like the arm is like big enough for you to stand on and like
Right.
have like a lot of real estate left over. It's just like 3 feet taller than the tallest basketball player.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't think its neck would
Yeah,
be
it's-
that big of a deal to kind of grapple
yeah.
onto.
That's what I was trying to think. Like how does this look? What are we doing here? Yeah, that works. That works. Okay.
Okay. So practically, I'm going to backpack on the front of him, just grapple around his face, and my lower arms are going to go in under his arms, just to obstruct his swings if
Okay.
best I can.
Yeah, so that'll give him -2 to a hit. I'll give him a -2 to strike on that.
Cool.
And you
And
can
then
each time you do that, though, I'm going to count it as one of your actions because
Yep.
you're actively going to try and restrain. But if you decide, okay, I'm not going to restrain anymore, it won't continue to burn actions.
Gotcha.
So anytime you want to inflict that -2 to strike while you're holding on there, it's going to be an action.
Gotcha.
I think that sounds fair.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Who's next in the order?
Alistair.
It is death.
All right. So I will take. My 8d6. Oh no! Wait. I roll d20 plus 6. There 5. $12.
Yep, that's going to hit. What are you hitting, though?
The big guy again.
Okay.
The guy in black. That's another 50 damage.
Thought you said the big guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm only attacking the man in black until he's dead.
Okay.
Or down, at least.
All right. You whack into him. Like, it doesn't really... You've done a little bit of damage, but he's not really showing it. Like, his suit's not even cut. His suit's cut, but, like, there's no blood coming out of him anywhere. He's pretty tanked up here on this. And that'll be the next person on the order.
That's you.
You are.
Okay. High or low?
Low.
Hi.
Final answer?
We'll go with Nate.
Hi.
Oh, we're so sorry. He does a thing. So the man in black is gonna... He's like, you guys are more trouble than you're worth. And he just... He takes his cigarette out of his mouth and he pushes it into the air and pulls it down. And this kind of... It looks almost like the air just is like torn fabric and it splits open. And you see daylight. And that gritty, that like rusty colored red ground of the Nightlands that you were in. It's still daylight there. And 4 more hounds march out of the gateway. And they have joined. That is his turn. I'm just going to roll for the other 4 as a singular attack roll. And only one of them manages to hit anybody.
Ooh.
And the one that it manages to hit is number 5, which on my screen, Nate, that's you. So
Oh.
that's gonna be the big guy. He's trying to swing and get you off of him. He's just kind of like punching at himself. You can't really dodge.
Yep.
I mean, well, I mean, you can't parry. You can dodge, but that means jumping off of them.
Right.
Are you going to do that, or are you going to take the hit?
I'm gonna take the hit. The whole point I'm up here is just make sure no hit is going towards the other players.
Gotcha. So he's gonna punch. He's gonna punch you for 11.
Okay.
Remember, you got an extra 50 SDAC for your
Armor.
armor.
Yeah, so it comes off that first.
Extra 50 SPC, is that what you said?
SDC.
STC, okay. Okay. I'll just write that down real quick. And then how much did you hit me for?
11.
Okay. Thank you.
Where is it? Need this.
And yes, that's almost exactly like how it would be. That picture you sent, Bill.
That was the end of my turn. Sorry, that's all of them.
Okay.
I did them all in
okay.
one. Yeah, I did them
This
all in
Thomas's turn.
one go.
It's
Yeah,
Thomas's
it's-
turn.
Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out how to.
We can't hear you.
Oh, I muted myself. So I'm gonna position myself between Isabella and the hounds, and then I'm going to let loose. I don't know how well that would work. Oh, they bite. They don't cry. How to activate the shield? What do I use? Which thing?
You
You
just.
you
Oh, on.
spend. Sorry, you spend 20 PPE,
Okay.
and if you want to get more, and that will give you an extra 10 points to your CDC. And then, no, it gives you 20 points to start. And if you spend more of your PPE, then it gives you 10 points per
I don't have
over how much
enough
extra you
to
spend.
I don't have enough to activate it then. Oh, PPE. Sorry, I'm looking at something. Yeah, so I will activate the ring and create that barrier.
Okay.
Pretty sick.
Now is that 20 per turn?
Nope, it's just the 20 activation.
Okay. And that'll be it.
So that'll be the next person on the order.
It is Isabella's turn.
Okay. I'm behind a barrier. What is this barrier like? Can I like can I not like stick my my blade through it?
It's a solid barrier. It's translucent, but it is solid.
I did not know that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought it was like almost like a magical shield.
Yeah, that's how I
I,
thought.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
what I
think
thought
it
Wait,
was
too.
but
like something
which
visible.
wait, it depends on which one we're talking about because there's the one that
It's-
makes the actual like barrier, and then there's the one that's like
The-
a magical shield.
That's the one,
I had
magical
the shield, not the earth one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the shield just is out in front of you. My bad.
Okay.
That's like a shield. It's you don't hold it. It's there in front of you, and it stays in front of you.
Gotcha.
This is what would make
Okay,
us super
well,
OP.
I assume that there's more of those hound things coming through, so there's probably something behind me. So I need to defend whatever's behind us or to the side of us. What's around us? What's coming?
So just 4 more hounds walked out of that portal. The portal is still open. There's no more that are coming out though that you see. There's nobody else from the club there anymore. They're all dead and gone. The one flew away.
Okay, so then I can just like dip out from the side of the shield.
Yep.
And try and stab a hound.
Why are you trying to leave the shield? I got in front of you to protect you.
No, the majority of me is behind the shield, but the top half with the blade arm that can like, and then come back and be safe. Oh, sorry. What do I roll?
What are you trying to do? Stab him? Shoot him?
Stab him, please.
D20 plus your strike bonus, which I think is 2 for you. And you definitely hit.
That's probably my best roll this whole game.
And then your damage, if you're going with that sepsis thing still, the bladed gauntlet, that's...
Yep.
God, I already forgot. It's 2d6 plus whatever.
I think it was. What? I think it was 5d6.
You are correct. 20 points of
Is that
damage.
good?
That is good. So, which was that? Was that a hound or was that the guy in black? What were you doing? Which one were you hitting?
No, that was one of these new hounds that
Okay,
come about.
perfect. The guy in black's going to shout over to the hounds. Get them. They only have 2 sets of the artifacts. They don't have the last one yet.
Mhm.
We're
Well, that's a clue.
Oh, we are. They assume we don't have the third one.
Right. And I'm about to rectify that situation here in a second. All right. Since it's my turn now, the way that since I have 4 arms, I'm using 2 to hold the box on my back. So I'm
Okay.
going to use one hand to open it up and the other one to grab it, and I want to use premonition to see what I can do with this. See how it can help us.
So
Like that.
you hit the you pick it up, you see the premonition, and you see it shattering, and then just you get a sense of overwhelming power coming from it, and then just bursts of light shooting from it and piercing through dark shadows, and then it just kind of night turns to day.
Okay. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
It is Nate's again.
Okay.
Don't fuck it up, Nate.
So I can only hope. So
No,
I'm
fuck
gonna
him up,
continue.
Nate.
Yeah,
Fuck him
that's,
up.
I
Nate.
mean, it's all I can do. It's all I can do. I'm gonna continue to restrain then the 10-foot hound or whatever this one is. And I think you said that's an action though for me if I continue restraining.
Yes.
Okay, then that is what I'm doing. Do I have to roll again for it?
No, if you're just continuing the hold, you're only going to do that when it makes an attack.
Gotcha. Then that's what I'll be doing.
Okay. Who's next
Death.
then?
Whew, I almost fucked that up, guys. That was scary.
It's
You're done
Death's
good,
turn
kid.
next.
So you said earlier if you want to manifest a talent,
Yeah.
so I'm like chopping away at this guy and it's not working. So can I use the like talent manifest thing to increase the damage of my weapon further, like sheath it in some sort of energy or something, make it more damaging?
Well, it's more or less like if you want to grab one of the talents from the book and use it.
Oh,
Not, I don't. We don't have like the ability. We don't really have the time just to create a fresh one from scratch mid combat. But anything from the book is fair game, as long as it's doesn't require you to be level 5 or higher.
okay. I'll just keep chopping away then.
But you can manifest any talent
I'm
from the
so
books.
defeated, Death. That's the saddest I've ever heard you talk about chopping somebody.
I know. And it's like
I guess.
I gave you like free reign to grab anything from the book.
I know, but the talent section for Nightbringers, in my opinion, is woefully done. It needs way more talents.
Do you only have the main book?
Yeah, that's the only book I have. I'm sorry.
I thought I sent more. I thought I sent more.
You did.
You
We've got
possibly did, and I missed
World
it.
Book 1 between the shadows. Book 2, the Nightlands, and Book 3 is Through the Glass Darkly.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
well, I
yeah.
don't know about any of those. I just have the one book.
Yeah,
Well, they're
in
up
the-
in chat.
They're in the
They're
group
up in
chat.
the chat.
Pin.
Well, for now, I won't worry about it since I'm a dickhead on it. But
It's okay. We're used to it.
yeah.
So
So I rolled a 9 to hit.
Dervish Dance would be one that I think you would like. It is going to hit. Which one are you hitting? Ban and Black. That's right.
Man in Black, yes sir.
He's going for the big one.
Going for the man in black.
My God, I can still hear
Or
those
50.
critters. in there.
You cut into him pretty good. This time, sword definitely makes contact and sinks into flesh. He doesn't bleed so much as shadow just leaks from the wound.
What the effect of drinking that black stuff would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, Daniel has a premonition of a ceasing Alistair.
I'm just curious.
He wakes up and he has a hand forming in the middle of his chest.
Well, can't all be winners, folks. Anyway,
Mutant.
that's me. I'm done.
All right, it's our DM's turn.
Oh no. All right. I'm going to do this just standard mass combat. I'm going to roll 7d20s, and if any of them hit, I'll determine who they hit. All of them hit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to roll 7d5s. All right, so 2 are going to hit number 1. Let's do that first. So the 6 and the 13 are going to hit number 1. That's Tom.
Yep.
Take it, parry it, dodge it.
Parry.
Parry, okay. You need to be a 6 and a 13. You do that. For 1, go ahead and give me the second. No. You're going to take 10.
Okay, so I got 40 points left on my
Yep.
armor.
The next 2 are going to hit number 3. Number 3. Who does number 3 work for? That's Thomas. So frail. And they roll a 17 and an 18.
Does that magical shield help?
That magical shield helps. So any damage taken would go to that shield first.
Okay.
Bill?
Okay, it's going to hit that shield.
Yeah, right. I can't do anything.
You could parry your dodge.
Yeah.
Before it hits the shield.
Well,
Yeah.
You can move the shield. It's okay.
Well, why do I need to move the shield?
You don't. They can just take it just hits the shield. 24 to the shield.
Okay.
Ooh.
How much health does the shield have?
Did you have that written down? I don't have that written
Yep.
down. Well, I do have it
Yeah,
written
I
down.
don't-
I just don't have it in front of me.
20 PPE to start it, and 10 points to CDC.
All right, so the first one breaks through.
Okay.
First one breaks it. The second one would hit you.
Can you send me that, Tom?
Yep.
I just keep writing things as I'm told them.
Just like me, that's what I'm doing too.
We need to
I'm
do-
like later gonna look at these 2 days later and be like, what do these numbers mean?
I'm going to need to actually just sit down and redo this character sheet like completely in here with each of you. All right, next person.
How much? Wait. So how much damage hit me?
13.
Okay. Gotcha.
Next would be 4, which is Isabel. You just got to beat an 11 to parry. Or take it. You beat it. You parried. And then number 2 is Death.
I'm definitely parrying.
8 or better.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is not 10 points. 20 PPE to activate for 50 CDC to start.
Ooh.
And then if you spend an extra 10 points of PPE, you get an extra 50 points.
Oh, okay. So you still have your shield then.
Yeah.
All right. So shield's still up.
Nice.
And that's it. That's everybody. Man in Black's holding the portal open.
Does that seem like it's a concentration type thing that he's doing, holding that portal open?
No, it's just he's spending his magic to do it.
All right. So it's Thomas's turn if he's done.
He's done. We're going to bring this to a
Then-
close here pretty soon.
Oh.
No.
In what context?
Like, we're almost done with the combat-ish.
Oh, okay. I guess I will shoot. Everybody's trying to go after the man, so I will shoot the man.
Okay.
Jackpot.
And I need to roll 20. that's going to be. Yeah. Does strike count for the gun?
Yes. We'll have it
Okay.
count for the gun.
Then it's been 19.
Okay, yeah. I mean, no matter what it hits. So
Okay. Then that is going to be 5d6 for the gun. And I'll shoot him for 23.
okay.
Isabella. What you doing, girl?
I'm trying to decide. I don't want to parry anymore.
Something's got to get
I'm gonna
stabbed.
go. I know. I'm gonna stab something. Whatever's closest to me, I'm stabbing it.
Stabs Thomas. Ah!
It is
The fuck?
I would.
I was trying to help
my
you.
bad.
I thought we were
Thanks,
friends.
Toby. I'm sorry.
Your shield was supposed to help you.
I just got too excited.
It's scary.
Get that AK-47 out of my ass.
Whoa, 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 sir. Sir, calm down.
Well, that was an awful roll.
Was it?
I think you have a +2 to hit, though.
You do have a +2 to hit, so that still hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
welcome.
So that's 5d6 if you're punching or something else. $17. I'm gonna have him parry. Nope, he doesn't do it.
Ooh.
Oh, he does. He does. He parries it
Oh,
because that was
what a roller coaster.
She rolled a 6.
Now I'm depressed.
I was gonna give it to the attacker that time, even though I shouldn't have for the parry. But no, it was a 16, not a 6. Oh, my bad. Who's up next?
I am up next. So my question is going to be, am I strong enough to break this orb by throwing it on the ground?
You think so? Reasonably sure.
Then I'm going to use either, because if it wasn't that, then I was going to like drop it in front of me and use my trident to just devastate it.
Either way you want to go.
Ooh.
I think that would be the coolest way to go.
Okay.
Is to sort of let it drop in front of me and then just thrust my trident down into it and watch it explode.
Okay.
Ooh.
So this is going to trigger a magic effect. You were almost close when you said magical nuke back at the campus.
Yeah.
You were damn close. So this thing bursts open and white light, just like, it's not blinding, but it's damn, like, you put your hand up above your eyes trying to shield yourself from it. The white smoke billows out and it kind of does this, like, fills up in a massive area and then just kind of rushes all in. And standing in front of you, where you smashed this, there are 5 little albino-looking people with long white hair in white clothes with these, like, almost like comically large eyes.
Okay.
And they look over at you. They look over at the Night Lord, or the Avatar and the Night and the Hounds, and they say, the one in the lead, it starts talking, and they almost talk like a choir, and they say, "We'll help you clean this up." And they're going to roll an attack. And I'm going to give them all one attack. I said there were 5 of them, right? 4 of them.
Correct.
5.
You said 5.
5. So, all 5 are going to make a roll to hit. All 5 are going to hit, except for that one that rolled a 1. And they just let out this, like, it looks like they just fire laser beams from their hands, and they do some kind of like kung fu jump, and it's like almost like Dragon Ball Z type. Ha! Kamehameha wave. I'm throwing lightning at you,
Ooh. Okay.
and it's just you feel heat when it goes past, and it is a substantial amount of damage that it's going to do. Powers of light. And I'm just going to give it a damage rating of this. We rolled 4 hit out of 5. 1, 2, 3. We're just going to actually do this, and we're going to multiply it by this. So, I'm going to divide that up between a couple of the targets. They do their move. They throw out some lightning, laser, I should say, and it cuts down 3 of the hounds. Just 2 of them hit one, and another one hits another one, and another one just smashes through it. So you're down a few hounds from that attack. 3 down from 7, down to 4, and they go to hover. And that's where they are now. That's going to be their turn. They're going
We're
to
starting
act.
over with Nate.
They're going to act on your turn, Tom.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I lie. That 5th one hit as well. I'll add that to the damage total. So who's up? Nate?
Nate.
Okay. So those guys, I guess, just did what they could. Is it possible in the midst of this restraint that I could kind of like swing my weight to try to like topple this thing over?
I'll allow that.
Okay.
D20. Let's make that a called shot of 12. 12 or higher.
12 or higher.
What's your bonuses?
11. If you have a +2, but I think you have higher than a +2.
Yeah, I'm like checking the journal real quick. This is just like
+4.
Yeah, +4, so 13.
13. You
Or what
topple
was
them.
it? It's 11. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so 15. Okay, so I'm gonna topple him and just kind of like swing him just to get him prone.
Okay. Yeah, the topple's going to knock him prone. He's going to need to use an action in order to stand back up.
Gotcha.
With you doing that, you're going to land on his chest, so you're still
Mhm.
technically standing. You're not going
Gotcha.
to lose attack.
Alrighty.
Who's next?
Death.
Me. I guess I will continue assaulting the man in black.
Okay.
Leave Johnny Cash alone.
That's a hit.
Sorry.
You did come out with a lot of albums, so it better have been a hit.
Right.
Should
He'll
have ran
throw you into
Changeling's
a
mass
burning
combat
ring
rules.
of fire.
48.
48. Yeah, you lift your sword up. You give it another slash down. Same spot. It cuts deep this time. He's still not down, but it cuts deep. More shadows leaking out of the wound. I really should have ran Changeling's mass combat for this. How many attacks does everybody have left?
I think mine max was 8, and I've used 5.
Okay.
Okay, the restraint and everything.
You said everybody had at least 5, so I have 2 left.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 3 left.
I mean, I am the top of the turn order, so you guys haven't done your 5th yet, right?
Right.
I haven't done my. This would be my 4th. Yeah.
Okay.
Next round, we're going to use them. We're going to use Changeling's mass combat rule. It's something a buddy
Okay.
of mine did.
I don't know. I don't know how many I have.
It'll speed it up quite quickly.
It'll say under combat number of attacks, either what's in your facade or what's in your morphous.
Attacks per melee, I have 5.
I'm going to speed this because we're hitting the 2.5 hour mark. And I know it's late for you guys over on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So, all right, here's what we're going to do. Next person up. You have how many attacks left? Who is it?
You?
Me?
Yeah.
Damn. All right. So
after me.
So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to show you how it works. I have one attack left on my thing because these guys had 4 actions. So I'm just going to take all 4 of these people. There's 4 hounds and 1 Night Lord avatar. I'm going to roll all attacks at once. I'm going to look at the actual rolls. They all hit. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before. You guys are going to do the same thing for your attacks. However many you have left, roll all the d20s for them at once. And just tell me how much damage you're doing for them. He hit... So we'll do that after I finish these out. But I hit on all of those. Roll 5d 5.
I had a natural
Hold on,
1.
don't roll.
Sorry.
Don't roll yet. Wait till your turn comes up.
Sorry.
Because it's gonna be a lot of dice. It's gonna be really chaotic. 2 are hitting number 4, 2 are hitting number 5, and 1's hitting number 2. Number 4, that's Isabella. Parrying, taking.
I'm gonna parry.
Okay, 2d. Just roll 2d20s.
Okay.
Yeah, you parry both of those because you got a +1 to parry, and one roll was, yeah. Oh yeah, you parry those.
You were done parrying. You're gonna parry again.
Number 5, that's 2. Number 5 on my list, that's going to be Grayson.
Okay. So what I had on there, it was an 8, a natural 1, and a 12.
No. What you're getting attacked.
Oh, I'm getting attacked.
You're gonna parry your dodge.
Parry, dodge,
I'm
take.
gonna try to parry.
Okay. You just need to beat a God, you guys did the thing and made all my dice go crazy. A 17 and a 15.
17 and a 15. And rolled them twice.
You just got to beat. Yeah, roll 2d20s. You got to get past the 17 and the 15. 1 is going to hit you.
Okay.
That's 15.
Okay.
And then
So
the
that's
last one is hitting number 2. Number 2 is Death. Parry, you need a 7 or better. Perfect. All right, top of the order.
The next person is Thomas.
Thomas. All right.
I rolled a 15 and a 3 to shoot the blood man in black.
All right, just go ahead, throw your damage, because you can't parry bullets.
The 3 hits.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, yeah.
Okay. I guess I could have done 10. So that'd be 40 damage.
Perfect. Man in Black stumbles backwards.
Isabella's next.
How many d6s do I need?
How many? Well, how many attacks do you have
Same as
left?
before?
How many attacks do you have left?
Two.
2. Roll 2d20.
Oh, okay.
Seven and a 5. You hit both. So 10d6. All right. That's 46 points of damage. Damn. Okay. That's going to knock the Man in Black down. He's not dead. I'm assuming that's who you're hitting because that's who hit last time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So it's going to knock him down to a knee. Next up.
It's my turn, and then the 5 little guys. So I'm rolling. I've got 3 left to go.
Okay. And they're going to spend more than 1 point to do damage next time. So go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, hold on.
Roll all your attacks, all your remaining attacks.
Yeah, I'm. Oops. 2, 3. All right. All 3 of them should have hit. I'm attacking with my trident.
So roll all damage for all 3 attacks. It's telling me what if you're attacking one thing, 2 things, however you're splitting it.
I'm going to split it amongst. No, I'm going to put all of mine into the damage of one of these hellhounds.
Okay.
So. Yep, because that's a 5d6 plus 3d6 is 8d6 plus
Holy fuck.
93. All right, yeah, you take out the hounds. They're down.
Okay.
And all 5 of those guys hit too. And they spent enough points to boost their damage up to a d6 times 10 for each of them, burning out their PPE here. And okay, so they take out the hounds, and the last one manages to clip really hard into the Man in Black, and it blows his arm like clean off. He's not dead, but it's just leaking out shadow at this point. And he, you did have all 3 of the artifacts. Guardians are loose. You know, I know what I'm beat. I'm not gonna. I'll be back. Night Lords always collect on their debts, and we don't need the Nightbane running around here doing anything, getting our way.
yeah.
You know, he gives you that speech. Sorry, it's late in my it's late,
Okay.
and my evil villain monologue is just not working at the moment. I apologize. An hour
good.
ago, I would have been better with it. But he's gonna dive into the portal, and it's just going to sew itself shut. The 5 little guys, you know, they look at you and they say, "Thanks for letting us out of there. They had us stuffed in there for a millennia, at least. We could see everything that was going on. But looks like day will be coming soon. We thank you for the release, and maybe we'll see you again later. Another time. I don't know, though. But keep fighting the Night Lords, and we're bound to cross paths again." And they...
I nod to them and
They take your nod and they float up and fly away. You guys retreat back to some place where you guys can rest after this.
Okay, I'm gonna like reach up and grab the little orb
Okay.
and put it back in my pocket.
Perfect. So you do that. You guys find a place to rest that night. Just dead ass tired. Like you were going nonstop since like 6 o'clock in the morning. You woke up. The sky was dark. There was rioting. You had turned into monsters. And this morning, you wake up the next day, and it's sunlight out. The sun has come up. You turn on the TV. News stations are talking about the crazy night that happened, mass hysteria, some crazy astrological solar eclipse thing that happened. You know, you can tell they're doing their best to diffuse whatever happened the night before because nobody has an honest to God answer about that. You make your way back to your houses. You take care of what you have to take care of. You talk to your family, your friends, and you try to settle in for the remainder of the day, even just wondering, you know, what comes next. You can turn into monsters. There's another alternate dimension just on the other side of the mirrors. There's weird albinos that fly and fire lasers. Wizards are actually real. Ugh. That was a really bad day.
Bane of my night.
But the sun is up. And the world is somewhat back to normal? Maybe? And that's the end of this arc. And I'm sorry it took 3 hours tonight. I should have cut it should have cut it when you guys got back. I didn't think about that.
That's all right. I'm
It's all
not
good.
upset.